How do you put together first day lineup? In a hat? How do you figure it out?
No, I went with guys that I feel like are ready to play right now, and as you see, a lot of the guys that were starting for us last year, most majority of the guys will start tomorrow. Just wanted to give them one extra day of being on the field. There's some live BP stuff happening in the backfields after batting practice. They're gonna get some more at bats, so pile up the at bats, get them one more day in the dirt with their spikes, and I feel like these guys that are in there today are a little bit more ready.
Diaz is in there, and obviously he's a guy that you haven't seen that much of, except for bits and pieces in spring. He says he's really tried to concentrate on his health over the winter and stuff. What do you see in him? And is it? I mean, obviously time might be ticking on him a little bit, but I mean, what can his future be?
Well, I think we've seen the tools in spring training. He's shown flashes of being a really good outfielder. Like my first year here, he hit line drives all over the place. I think I played him in 3 spots in the outfield. I gave him a ton of playing time. It was really impressive, and it's just he's had a tough time staying healthy since then. I'm hoping that this is he can rebound from that and stay healthy throughout this camp. I'm trying to give him as many bats as possible, showcase what he can do, but he's a guy with a ton of ability. Just now he needs to stay on the field and make some adjustments, and hopefully he'll be ready for the big leagues at some point.
What is the messaging for someone who has maybe lost some time, really feels like this is a chance to show something, wanting them to get out there, but not wanting them to maybe push themselves too hard or weigh on themselves? It's a little bit of a balance right now. Like, you're not going to see us be stealing a ton of bases early or that kind of stuff, just because we have not been, we've been trying to ramp up these guys and pace them a little bit the first few days. So it's hard that you want them to go out and give 100%, but at the same time, not stretching anything into something where they're gonna possibly get hurt. So I'm nervous for these next 18, 19 days, and hoping that we can break healthy. I just follow up the mental challenge for someone like Hughes, who wants to show that he has a lot of talent. He honestly does, but wanting to show and not push himself too hard to where he's weighing on himself mentally.
Well, I think these first few daof we kind of have to get our feet underneath us a little bit. I think you're going to see, the last 2 weeks or so of guys, kind of getting after it and getting ready to get in shape for the season.
Those circumstances aside, just given everything that's kind of happened in baseball the last few months, how nice is it to be managing a Major League Baseball game today?
Well, this feels normal, right? That feels great. I feel like it's been a little while. We just saw these guys. So it feels great. I'm excited to start this year today, and I feel like we put a handful of really good days together, and going to see a lot of players that we want to see a lot. Start their spring training today. So, I think everybody's kind of wait all off season. You wait 4+ months to kind of get to today, to kind of get your team's coming into, you're forming your club, and I think our atmosphere's been really, really good so far. So hope today's we got to a good start.
One player who we haven't asked you about yet is DJ Stewart, and obviously this is a pretty big year for him with all the outfielders coming along. Is there anything different you've noticed about him so far this spring?
Well, he looks great. I think he's in really good shape. He's coming off the knee and did a great job of rehabbing that, staying in shape this winter. He feels really good, so he's going to get a couple at bats today, possibly tomorrow also. He's just going to DH today, but I'm going to try to give him as much playing time as possible. Didi's another guy that's had injury stuff throughout his short career so far, so big goal for him just to stay healthy and try to be in there every single day. It's a big year for him and a big camp.
Obviously, it's just a few days of workouts and you're moving around, but is there anyone who's really stood out to you so far?
No, it's been so early, honestly, that it's hard to tell. I haven't seen a ton of the pitchers pace hitters, so I do like, I think we're more athletic in the infield. I think Owings, Mateo, they bring us some really nice athleticism in the middle of the field. Rugi's been impressive. Urias has been really solid also, so I'm excited about that group. Mountcastle's in really good shape. And Mountcastle for me I think we helped him out being in Florida, working out with a lot of big league guys, taking a lot of at-bats before he got here. I like the way he's playing defensively, and he's going to continue to get better.
Brandon, when you look at Ryan McKenna, going back to the question about DJ and just the outfield competition, where does he fit in that right now?
Yeah, I think he's right in the mix. You know, when Matt came up last year, I really liked the way he played the game. High contact guy, walked. I put him in for defense late when we had a lead. I like the defense he brought. Played 3 spots. So I think Mac's right in there and trying to win a job.
Means and Miles threw live yesterday, kind of against each other, if you will.
Yeah.
What do you expect to see them guys individually, pitching?
I think when we're waiting today to see how they came back from a 2-inning live BP yesterday, both guys looked good. They felt good after. So we're might do a backfield next outing with them and then games. We're not sure quite yet on that.
What have you seen, or just overall from Lyles at this point, the kind of guy he is and why he can fit here? Yeah,
well, he's one of the few guys with experience, and I like the way he threw the ball yesterday. I like, he's a veteran, and it's kind of going through the service. Every team has little service time rules that for spring training games might let guys go early that have more time. I was looking at that and saw, he's one of our older players, and so he just brings a lot of experience, and it's nice to have.
You guys with Rutschman out, you guys signed another catcher in Bo Taylor. How are you gonna be able to find enough playing time for Taylor, Nottingham, and Bemboom this spring?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to share it as much as I possibly can. Kind of take a look at all those guys. I think you'll see them play pretty much equally throughout. Robinson probably won't play for a few days. Kind of let him catch a couple more guys, get his legs underneath him a little bit. So in the meantime, those guys will share. I'm gonna just move guys. I'm just gonna have them share playing time.
What do you look for most in those guys? Defensive abilities, offense. What are you looking for?
Yeah, defense first.
Okay.
Defense first. Kind of how they're handling the pitching staff. I think from what I've seen from Bemboom, Nottingham, we already know about Robinson, but those two guys both have some leadership qualities behind the plate. You see that in live VPs, see how they interact with pitchers. So now we're just going to evaluate during games.
Brandon, first exhibition game, albeit exhibition, there's fans in the stands. They waded through a lockout as well.
Yep.
Had some thoughts about what was going on in your business. 4 years now as manager, going into your 4th year, your relationship with Oriole fans and kind of what they've been through up to this point.
Yeah, it's been a weird 3 years. The past few years have been obviously strange, and I hope that they're going to be excited about the talent level that we show here during spring training. You're going to see you'll see some guys here in the second half of this game today that aren't in big league camp that are part of our future also. So it's a little bit of blending the youth with some guys that have been around. We have some really exciting position players coming, and I think we're going to be able to showcase that as much as we possibly can this spring, and I hope Orioles fans enjoy watching them.
Along those lines, who else do you guys have here today?
Westberg will be here. Westberg will go in the game. Ortiz will go in the game. Cowser will go in the game.
Where does Stowers?
A couple more. I can't remember. Those 3 for sure.
Sorry. Where does Stowers stand as far as what you'd like to have seen him so far in camp, and where you sort of stand?
Yeah, well, I got to watch him for a few weeks prior, so it was, he's got huge power. I like the athleticism in the outfield. It's a really good outfielder. Really throw with accuracy. The left-handed bat's huge. Now it's about just getting at bats, getting used to major league pitching, and I'm going to give him a ton of as many at bats as possible this camp.
Obviously not your responsibility, but the fact that this organization has so much middle of the field, shortstop, center fielders, how have you seen that sort of matriculate into guys who are playing all over the field, can play corners, can play third, and just the arm and the natural athleticism?
Well, I just think we have a lot of question marks still. We have question marks in the infield, right? We have question marks behind the plate. So I think versatility is an enormous part of today's game, and you see guys being able to play multiple positions, which is huge because of injury and roster size and all sorts of things. So, more guys you can have that can play different positions is for the best, and we're going to try to, I'm going to play almost all those middle guys different spots and kind of see what shakes out.
Tree's 30th birthday today. You got anything special or just a day off?
No, it's a day off. No, it's a day off. He'll be in there tomorrow. He's here. He was in there this morning, and wished him a happy 30th. So happy for him.